Hey, you got to be pregnant, right? Tell me if you're pregnant.
Wait, why? Why are you suddenly asking me if I'm pregnant?
Well, come on. I haven't seen you in a long time, and boom! Your stomach is huge. I know you're pregnant. Don't try to hide it from me. Either that, or you just ate a whole lot of carbs, and it's not Thanksgiving. Which is it?
I'm pregnant. Are you happy now?
What? You're joking, right? You know how old you are, Auntie? You're like dinosaur age.
Does that really matter at all?
I think you're actually like 42 in human years. You're so old, and yet you're pregnant? Oh my God! I will be so embarrassed. I'm definitely grossed out by the fact that you're pregnant.
What?
I mean, I totally get that you guys got married a little later, right? So everything is a little delayed and whatnot. Are you just trying to play keep up because you finally got him married? All the people around you already have a family, so you feel like you need to hurry up too. You wouldn't bring that kind of crap into our family, you know, just because you want to feel like everyone else.
Do you realize what you're saying right now, kid? This is not okay. You need to calm down and think before you speak.
Of course I know what I'm saying. Why would you think otherwise? I'm already 21, lady. It's amazing if you think about it. Your little brother's son is already 21 years old. Talk about getting ahead of you, huh? You've really fallen behind. And yet, here you are, literally ancient, and now you're pregnant. You gotta be joking, right?
Are you done? You're really starting to get under my skin, and I'm not appreciating your snarky little comments. If there's something that you want to tell me, then why don't you just tell me?
No. The person that's getting under my skin is you, old hag. Why the hell are you taking my thunder? You need to cut your shit out. Do you understand me? I don't want to be mean anymore. You're right. But let me just say that you really should consider aborting the baby. Ha ha ha! Not only are you always just an old hag, you're always all quiet and never fun to be around. You're definitely annoying. You really think that kind of woman is going to be a nice mother? Yeah, good luck figuring that out.
What exactly do you not like about me, Brian? I need you to explain what's going on without insulting me. You're always insulting me that I'm the odd one out, that I'm ugly or fat, whatever.
Oh, it's really not like anything in particular, you know. I'm just not a fan of you. Every aspect of your personality just pisses me off. So that's enough for me to hate you.
Wait, hang on. Are you still dragging on the fact that I got mad and chewed you out when you were young? Please tell me that's not where this is going. I remember when you were exercising in the parking lot. Do you remember that it was in a private parking lot too? You remember how you hit someone else's car with a ball? I remember that too. You were a little young. And then I scolded you because you were in the wrong. And after that, you've just been treating me like a thorn in your side. Is that why you're still dragging this on?
I don't have any kind of reason to despise you. And frankly, I don't need a reason to hate you. I just hate old hags.
I'm literally the same age as your mother, though. What do you think about that, Brian?
My mother is old, and yes, she is the same age as you. But you know what else? She has a perfect 21-year-old son, too. That perfect son was able to go to a perfect college because his grades were so top of the class. He even had the whole thing paid for. He's now got a job offer from the highest corporate job that Wall Street has to offer, and his future is incredibly bright. You, on the other hand, have nothing. No children, no family, no education, nothing. You're just some old bitch with nothing in her name, except apparently you're able to get knocked up. Do you understand what I'm saying, Haley?
Oh, I see.
If you understand what I'm saying, go home. Get the hell out of here. No one likes you being here. It's literally just bringing everyone's mood down. You're just a drag, and we all want to be gone.
I just came here a second ago. I'm not going home yet, especially since it's been a while since I've seen my family. This is also my parents' house, so I'm going to be relaxing here as I have every right to do so. You are not able to tell me otherwise. Do you understand?
That little old bitch. Whatever. You're going to regret this later. Just you watch. Hey, Haley, can I ask you something? Did something happen between you and Brian? You can tell me if something did happen.
What do you mean? Did something happen?
Well, I mean, come on. Even the most socially awkward and antisocial shut-in can tell that you two are absolutely hating every second of being around each other. Brian is usually so upbeat and bright, but he's just been glaring at you without saying a single word this whole time. It's almost like something out of a horror movie.
I have an idea, genius. Why don't you go ahead and ask him? It seems like he's got it out for me. I definitely don't have anything against him. It's not like I'm the one glaring at him.
He's got it down for you. I don't believe it. Brian isn't that kind of child. He's always so positive and nice. You must have done something, right? He's always someone to face a problem and solve the problems himself. I've never seen him just run away from an issue at all. I've absolutely never seen him look at a relative the way he looks at you and just glare for literally hours on end like that.
I don't know how you see your own son, but let me tell you something, Franklin. He's not young anymore, and he is definitely able to say some pretty terrible things. I think that Brian is pretty dark and sadistic. He's missing every kind bone in his body. I guarantee you that he's been acting a fool in college too. There's no way that he's this bundle of sunshine like you make him out to be.
Come on, Haley, you've got to talk to me. Explain what has happened, because right now I haven't heard anything from either one of you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll send you some screenshots of the text messages he's been sending me. Maybe then you'll tell me how much of a pleasure he is. I'll be surprised if you think he's still wonderful and amazing after seeing those texts.
Okay, send them. Wait, hang on. You've made these up or something, right? They're not real. You're telling me that my son sent these text messages to you? This has to be some kind of mistake, right?
Yeah, you know me, Franklin. I just love to frame my own nephew for things he's never done. Be real with me for a second. I don't want to do this either. But this is the truth. And just so you know, this isn't the only time that he's talked to me like this. He's been keeping this kind of thing up since that day I chewed him out in the parking lot when he was young.
Why didn't you just tell me about it? I would have been fine with talking to him about it and maybe trying to work something out.
I know how much you love your son. And I figured you wouldn't spend a second of your day listening to me complain about your own son. Besides, I only ever met up with him once or twice a year. It really wasn't that big of a deal for me to just suck it up and deal with it. But if I did tell you, it would have just been blown out of proportion and I just couldn't be bothered.
But, Brian, he's been such a great kid. I'm so terribly sorry, Haley. I wish I could take all of this back. I didn't know how two-faced he was, and that is entirely on me. It's my responsibility, and I should have noticed. I'm so sorry for causing you this much emotional damage.
I didn't realize that not only would you listen to me, that you'd even apologize for your own son's actions. This is not the reaction I was expecting. Hang on just a second. Did you have something that didn't really surprise you? Did something else happen?
Well, To be honest with you, sometimes he's been a little violent. He has these little bursts of rage, and no one seems to be able to calm him down. It's over these little things, but he would just start getting really pissed off and take it out on things around him, and wouldn't think twice about talking bad about people around him. He was young, you know. I figured that it was a pretty normal thing to do with kids around his age, but I didn't realize the extent of his behavior.
I see. I really should have told you sooner about all of this behavior, too. Maybe then you would have reacted and tried to correct his actions. I really thought that you wouldn't hear me out at all. So everything I said would have fallen on deaf ears.
I've been thinking about all of this recently, too. I was wondering if I really did what was in Brian's best interest growing up. I've been questioning a lot of how I raised him, you know? I really do think there's no singular correct way to educate him, but I really do feel like maybe I was spoiling him a little too much, and that I was just too lenient on him. But I just believed that Brian would grow into a great kid. But then I had to see your screenshots to really believe that this would happen.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't seem to be the case with Brian. Anyway, hopefully you'll be able to talk some sense into him, because I'm not going to deal with this any further. Thank you for listening to me, Franklin.
Yeah, you got it. I'll handle this on my end, too. You're totally exaggerating, right? You didn't actually need to go to the hospital and stay there for a while, right? So what happened? What did the test results say for your sorry ass? That you're lame and old?
They said that the child is gone and that I won't be able to have this baby. The main cause for my miscarriage was due to the physical trauma from you shoving me off the stairs.
Oh, I see. Then you should totally just ignore the shitty baby anyway. What a massive baby of a baby. I'm so funny sometimes. Just so you know, it's all your fault. I didn't do anything that I didn't warn you about. You should have been more careful. You really should have listened and heeded my warnings. Instead, you ignored me and decided to stick around like some kind of idiot.
Okay.
What the hell is your problem, lady? You're really just trying to shrug me off, huh? You're some stupid old lady who loses her balance and falls down a flight of stairs. All because I kicked you from behind. You realize how clumsy you have to be to fall over and lose your balance just because you were kicked? Honestly, it's all pretty self-explanatory. Besides, you totally didn't deserve to get pregnant anyway. It's disgusting. Learn your place, you old lady.
You were actually truly rotten inside. I'm impressed by how terrible of a person you are. You disgust me.
You're the rotten one, old lady. Seriously, now there's even a dead, rotting baby in you. You should be way more ashamed that you're getting pregnant when you're literally on the verge of being a fossil in like half a year. You really should be thanking me if you successfully had a miscarriage thanks to me drop-kicking you. I should be winning Nephew of the Year awards for cleansing you.
I'm never going to forgive you. You will pay for this.
Oh, I'm scared.
My lawyer will be reaching out to you soon, so be sure to answer him. He won't stop calling and he won't stop trying to get in touch with you, so don't ignore him.
What do you mean, lawyer?
I'm going to sue you in civil court. I'm going to charge you criminally. I've already filed all of my charges against you. You will for sure be charged with assault and battery, along with potentially attempted murder. You're definitely going to be charged criminally.
What? Sued? Filed charges? What are you talking about? This is just a little civil dispute between relatives. There's no way that the police and lawyers will be able to do anything to me.
Honestly, it makes sense now why you'd be able to do such a thing. I don't think anyone with half a brain cell and the smallest understanding of how society works could have done what you did. You just keep pretending like nothing is ever going to get to you. Just wait till the police are knocking on your door.
You're the one that doesn't have any understanding of how society works. We're literally relatives, and I'm your nephew. The police wouldn't take you seriously anyway. Good luck suing me, you dumb old hag.
Like I said earlier, you just keep pretending like you didn't just murder my child. It doesn't change a single thing. You do your best to pay for your crimes in prison. Do you hear me? I am never going to forgive you, even if society deems you have paid off its debt.
Pay off debt to society? Seriously? You're talking nonsense. I can tell you're trying your hardest to blow things out of proportion. But let me tell you something, Haley. A real lesson in how the world works. I don't think a single thing is going to come out of this whole thing. No one is going to do anything.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better and let you know what justice tastes like before the police get there. Why don't you go ahead and check your social media?
What?
I think if you search something like drop-kicked pregnant, you'll find everything I want you to see.
Wait, what? Hang on just a second. Is this me? Why am I everywhere?
Yeah, the video where you literally drop-kicked me when I'm 6 months pregnant. It's all over the place now. I think that it's not really surprising, but it's all over the place. Everyone is getting ready to cancel you.
But why? I'm the one that recorded the whole thing in the first place. You shouldn't have the video. Why is it up all over the internet? You better start explaining, Haley, or I'm gonna lose my mind.
You know how you sync your phone and your PC? Let me change that. I know how you sync your phone and your PC. They share the same data. So any photos and videos that you take while using your phone are immediately uploaded and transferred over to your PC that's in your room. I spoke to your father about this whole thing. I asked him to help me out with the criminal responsible for all of this. I have a suggestion though, idiot. How about you actually add a password to your computer?
What? You better be ready for what's coming next. How dare you go into my PC?
And God, I love being young, huh? It doesn't really need explaining for you to understand what's going on as far as this video circulates around the internet. I don't really think this is the kind of video you want to blow up either. So how do you feel about being super popular on the internet? Oh wait, I meant what does it feel like to be served justice? Mind you, this is only a taste of what's to come next.
What on earth is going on? How do they have my face and my name too? Did you do this?
Oh, you know, I just used your friends and acquaintances to spread all of your information. They did the rest. They were actually all really cooperative about the whole thing. I don't think a single one of your friends said that I shouldn't be doing this. Apparently, you're really despised by your friends.
Damn it! I paid for their stuff so many times. How could they just abandon me like that?
You're just some rich kid that paid for their food. That's all you were to them. You weren't their friend. You were just an ATM, a walking food delivery truck. And I just had a thought. You're not going to be able to work anymore. Was going to protect a child murderer. It didn't take him long to make a decision. I made it sound like I really forced his hand, but he was pretty taken aback by his own son's true self too. So I wouldn't have been surprised if he just ignored you anyway. If anything, I just gave him a good excuse to kick you out of the family and completely abandon you as a child.
What do you mean abandon? What the hell? I'm literally my father's son. He can't just abandon me like that. We're family though.
Yes, Franklin is your father, but at the same time, your father is my younger brother. Do you understand? He is seriously regretful of how much he's just let you do whatever you want. He knows that he spoiled you way too much. He had a kid when he was really young, so I'm sure he made quite a few mistakes raising you. I don't blame him, but you are definitely a mistake that he has to pay for.
That's why you're gonna say that you're so special because you're all old.
What? Still trying to do something else to me? We'll see how things go, huh? The police should be on their way any minute now.
Let me just set the record straight. It takes me one swing and you're lights out on the ground. You understand me? One hit and you're gone. You better be thankful for me that you're even alive and breathing right now.
Wait, are you serious right now? You sound like some shitty villain from a terrible movie. You're a pretty textbook definition of a loser. You wear baggy clothes and chains like you never grew out of your middle school days. You might be able to study and work hard in your books, and you might even look like you're a straight-edge person, but let's face the facts. You can see the loser just peeking out behind the facade that you put up, and it's really just useless. Everyone can see that you're a loser. Stop trying to pretend you're such a badass.
Huh?
You talk all this mad shit, and yet this supposed big man targets a pregnant woman. I don't see you fighting any professional MMA fighters. If you were able to be at least a little bit objective in how you look, and how horrible your taste is in fashion, none of this probably would have happened. So I'm not sure why I'm telling you any of this at all.
I'm done. You pushed me over the edge. This is all your fault. Do you understand me? This is all you. You better be ready. I hope you have some bulletproof vest. He says you're at the hospital right now.
Oh, you're going to come by the hospital right now to check up on how I'm doing. Oh my god, you're such a sweetheart. I'll be waiting in my bed, hooked up to my IVs. Hey, how are you doing? And I hope you're doing all right. I know you took quite a nasty fall on the stairs yesterday, right? I heard you all the way from my bed.
Ugh.
You screwed up your leg, didn't you? Pretty sure I saw your ankle twist in a way it shouldn't. But, I mean, it's all your fault. Yeah, you just tried to dropkick me again. Literally, a second time after I just told you that you're going to be charged and arrested. I'm not a complete idiot, though. You know what they say. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It was pretty easy for me to dodge your kick. Not only did you miss your kick, you literally jumped off the top flight of stairs and tumbled all the way down. Seriously, how much of a loser can you be?
Yeah, you're the reason that my life is completely screwed up now. The doctors have told me that they're not sure if my leg will be moving anymore. They say that I have a pretty bad nerve injury in my upper spine. Apparently, I might not even be able to walk for the rest of my life. I could literally be stuck in a wheelchair.
I'm seriously still trying to understand the mental gymnastics you had to do to somehow blame that on me. When you're the one that jumped off the top of the stairs.
It's your fault. It's all your fault that you initially embarrassed me anyway. If you hadn't embarrassed me, then this whole thing would have never happened.
I knew it. You were definitely holding a grudge against me for that one time I scolded you in the parking lot. You were lifting and exercising in the parking lot because you were trying to show off to girls, right? I totally remember every single part of that day. And yet all they saw was some loser getting yelled at and scolded by an adult. You must have been so incredibly embarrassed, huh?
If you're gonna scold me, you should have at least scolded me somewhere where people weren't looking. Then I wouldn't have cared so much. But you didn't, and now, because of that...
You're telling me that this whole thing has been over one stupid little thing that happened over a decade ago? A life was lost because of that.
What?
You murdered my child in cold blood because you were so upset that I scolded you when you were a child. That's what you call an equal response? You realize how difficult it is to get naturally pregnant in my 40s? Let me tell you, it's really freaking hard. And yet I was blessed with a child and you murdered it.
Okay, yeah, maybe I took it a little too far. Only a little bit though. I didn't get carried away.
I've lost all hope to stay on this planet because of you. I don't want to be alive anymore. Do you understand? You've stolen the reason I want to be alive. My husband barely even talks anymore because he lost his child. You know how difficult this whole thing must be for him, right? You're not even really blood related to him. You're just some random man that murdered his child. I don't know how to keep living like this while having this huge burden looming over us like some terrible, shitty cloud. I don't know how I can wake up tomorrow morning and pretend like everything is okay, because it isn't.
Hey, so, would it be alright if I just apologize to you? I need to apologize to you. I understand now how terrible of an atrocity I have committed. I really can't move from my bed right now, though. But I want you to let me apologize to you. I want to apologize to you right away.
I don't want to listen to you apologize when you're just doing it to clear your guilty conscience. You can carry that with you to the grave.
No, that's not why I want to apologize to you. I just really feel like I understand the extent of damage that I've caused to everyone involved in all this. Please let me apologize to you. I'm not messing around anymore. I'm being dead serious.
Absolutely not. You are never going to apologize to me, and I'm never going to accept any form of apology you manage to spit out. Ryan's actions did not go unpunished. He was arrested and charged with several counts of aggravated assault and attempted murder. The police showed no leniency towards him. He was sentenced to prison in order to pay a large amount of money to me and my family for the damages he caused. He is now locked up in one of the worst prisons in the state, where he faces constant danger and violence from other inmates. His legs are also permanently damaged. The prison doctors told him that he would never walk again, that he would suffer from chronic pain for the rest of his life. He now spends his days in a wheelchair, unable to escape his misery. He won't be in prison for life, but he will be there for a long time. And when he gets out, he will have nothing and no one to welcome him back. His family has disowned him, his friends have abandoned him, and his reputation has been ruined. The internet has exposed him and his crimes to the world, and he has become a target of hate and ridicule. His name will forever be associated with shame and disgrace. I doubt that he will ever find happiness or peace again, which is still not enough punishment in my opinion. But I don't want to dwell on revenge or hatred. The hole that he left in our hearts will not be filled by his suffering. But I am glad to know that the law is fair and justice has been served. I now live with my husband in a secluded place, where we hope to heal from this trauma. We are both working hard every day to rebuild our family and our future together.